The Way of Perfection, A Conversation with God on Living Your Spiritual Life to the Fullest, by St. Teresa of Ávila. Translated by the Benedictines of Stanbrook. Read for you by Gillian, Vance. Quote, Misericordias Domini in aeternum cantabo. The mercies of the Lord I will sing forever. Motto of St. Teresa of Ávila. Psalm 88, verse 2. The Benedictines of Stanbrook desire to express their gratitude to the Very Reverend Prior Benedict Zimmerman for his kindness in revising The Way of Perfection, and also for the notes and introduction which he has added to it. Stanbrook Abbey, Worcester. Preface of the first edition. Theotonio de Braganza, Archbishop of Évora in Portugal, however unworthy to the pious and devout mothers, the nuns of the primitive rule of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, health in our Lord Jesus Christ. Among many favors I have received from our Lord, not the least was my intimate acquaintance with the Very Reverend Mother Teresa of Jesus, now in glory, because in her I have witnessed the splendor of the gifts of our Lord and of His divine grace. These are evidenced by the convents founded by her, according to the primitive rule of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, without any mitigation, but with as much religious observance and recollection, with such austerity, such unceasing prayer, and as much manual labor as our weak human nature is able to bear. She herself was a living example of that manner of life, and she fully trusted that our Lord would grant to His servants spiritual and bodily strength to persevere to the end. So great were the charity and fervor of this mother, such was her solicitude for the perfection of her daughters, that she did not content herself with the good example and the instructions she gave while alive, but wished that, even after her death, her words might remain and continue the work she had begun on earth. As one truly hungering after our Lord, and greatly experienced in all that concerns the religious life, she wrote the advice and the explanations contained in this book, so that the sadness caused to the nuns by her bodily absence might be counterbalanced by her spiritual presence. For indeed she seems living even in the dead letters. This, then, is one of the consolations with which her spiritual daughters may alleviate the sorrow caused by her death. Another being the certainty that, where she now is, she will not abandon.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?